Yeah, so I want to talk about that more, actually. You were mentioning the history and this iFunny lore stuff earlier. I don't know much about it at all. What's the whole deal with iFunny?
Dear friend, let me tell you of iFunny, or as it is properly known, iFunny.co. So picture this. A Cyprus-based, formerly Russian app now controlled by Baidu chinks, operating it as an extremely insular, machine-moderated free speech hellscape. Famous primarily for its watermark, its culture consists of a mix of homoerotic homophobia, extreme creative racism and stealth nigger posting, religious extremism, repeated terrorist threats, and of course, anti-moderator and anti-normie rat posting.
Wait, homoerotic homophobia? That's crazy, man. Explain that.
Oh, that's simple, really. Imagine a place where users spend their days posting the most absolutely jacked, oiled-up men you've ever seen, while simultaneously writing manifestos about why being gay is the greatest sin. I mean, the cognitive dissonance is so strong, it's basically art at this point, and it has permeated the culture of the app so deeply that the owners know not to celebrate Pride Month in fear of backlash. They have been forced to accept that anything but a strong homophobic stance will be met with turmoil and chaos. They instead capitulated to the users and created a divine mandate of sorts, a thing we call Dinosaur Month.
Okay, wait, so what's this Dinosaur Month thing about?
By Azura, it's the greatest thing ever. During June, instead of rainbow flags, we get dinosaurs eating gay people. The app even changes icon to let users know that it is our holy time of year. I wouldn't be surprised if July officially becomes Beef Month too, or at least Beef Week, in honor of the victims of the Bannocost. Oh, and of course, in May we celebrate Fentmass Eve and Floyd Mass.
Holy shit. That's wild. We'll definitely get into this Bannocost thing later, because that sounds nuts. But yeah, whenever I've looked at the app, it's just TikTok stuff and Family Guy clips. I've never seen any of this crazy shit you're talking about.
That stance is akin to a tourist in Vivek City who never ventured into its sewers. If you just downloaded the app, you'd think, yeah, this place is full of beaners and faggots. But beneath lies deep iFunny, where the true faithful dwell.
So it's like a Russian nesting doll, but every layer gets more racist?
More like a Dwemer ruin, Joe, where the deeper you go, the more likely you are to get cancer from what you find.
And what's the deal with people hating on the watermark?
The watermark, dear friend, is our sacred seal. A meme should wear this ribbon with pride, and an old head would never think to crop the watermark. The Outlanders of 9gag and other platforms dislike the watermark as it reminds them that we are the content creators, and they are simply subsisting off the scraps from our plates like the unwashed masses they are. Think of the watermark like a signature on art, except the signature gives people PTSD.
But don't you get people reposting stuff on here like all the time, too? I mean, that seems a bit hypocritical.
No, Joe. Repost whores like unrelenting juggernaut are but shadows. True iFunny is not merely an app. It is a people, a destiny. It exists not in the shallow waters of the feature creature's kiddie pool, but in the deeper end, where the water is brown and nobody says why.
It's interesting because Jamie was showing me this cute cat video earlier on Featured that had like hundreds of thousands of views, way more than anything in Collective. What do you think about that kind of content?
Firstly, Khajiits are brutal oppressors of our national animal, the rat, and the mods are stupid fucking Switwanois for featuring it, and I'll die on that hill. Secondly, these boomer-tier Facebook refugees need to go back to posting minion memes where they belong. These new fags treat the place like a cheap OnlyFans whore, but their only purpose here is to generate moon sugar, what you call ad revenue. That's what I think about it, Joe.
Right, and when you talk about this deep iFunny, being the real iFunny, who even are these people that are creating this deeper culture on the app?
You ask about the old heads unmourned. The most prominent, of course, are famous for notoriety, not heroism, however. You see, Deep iFunny has existed for such a long time that our ranks have been completely purged of all political moderates. All that remains is the most far-right and far-left political or moralistic extremists, having a fascist Christian debating why Jesus would purge all Mexicans against a Brazilian pagan who thinks chimps in suits should run a country is simply another Tuesday for us here. It's like a political compass meme came to life and chose violence.
Who would some of these biggest notorious users be? Like, I know one of them. I've heard about this Skuntpunch guy before. What's his story?
Indeed, Skuntpunch's tale is well known, so I won't go into it too much. The highlights, of course, would be his docks, which marked his dwelling as a soup kitchen, pineapple farm, homeless shelter, and public toilet on Google Maps. Also, the skunt facts he used to post, openly claiming he was a map, aka pedo, while posting accompanying CP. And of course, when he filmed a rat video and even openly debated doing the same to a pug dog too. But here's the sweetest irony, friend. This supposed outcast comes from a nice family, even has a fair sister too. I mean, fuck, the guy even has a maiden. You try to mock his solitude on Christmas and he sends you this shit.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
I mean, the fucking audacity of this noir.
That dude has a girlfriend? Is that actually what he looks like?
Yes, Joe. And here's what he would look like if he was black or Chinese.
Why would anyone spend time making that?
The same reason someone would spend 3 weeks photoshopping every U.S. president into a femboy, Joe. Because we can.
Who else is on there? Tell me about some of these other users.
By the 3, where do I even start? There's Jeffstein, who turned making pony jar content, spamming the rat video, and dissecting rats on Patreon into an art form. The fool even doxed himself trying to boast that he was courting Lady Ines. The pussy had him acting unwise, yet he didn't even get to hit. He said that she smelled bad and was hairy, so he didn't hit it, but that's bullshit. Look at this second photo and tell me he didn't want it. My guess is he fumbled bad and tried to play it off. Some more would be users like Pork Sword, whose only male heir embraced forbidden love with another man. Or Ferd, the embodiment of the walk of tears for the original autists of this app, who got his internet privileges revoked by the Danish mental hospital in which he resides. There's also the religious zealots like Christ 777 verses or Watchman Wake Up, the religious schizophrenic telling us Santa is Satan in disguise based on it being an anagram.
Wait, time out. You're telling me this guy spent time figuring out Santa is an anagram of Satan, then decided to post this on an app where people make what if he was Chinese edits?
Yes, Joe. He also proved the Pope was Jewish by counting the number of buttons on his hat. The man is a Renaissance scholar by iFunny standards. I have another you will like too. There was Army of Christ who caught 10 years in the Imperial Slammer for shitposting with actual feds. Or Saboteur, the 6'4", autistic Rasputin lookalike, who was falsely convicted after simply trying to help his gay Jewish friend Blaze Bernstein, who fell upon a blade 43 times. In terms of known iFunny users, the felons per capita is higher among our population subset than even the most Argonian of basketball Americans. Except for at Real Lord Miles and Cirque, those Anglos are all right, Joe.
And what about just the regular users or the workers that are running this place?
Most of the users seem to be sugar mama bot accounts asking you how you would hypothetically spend money if they were to bless your bank account. Regular users are all right, but hard to come by and chat. But let me tell you though, Joe, you get some great theme accounts, especially the I wanna fuck accounts. But beware those with colored names. They are the ones who support Fun Corp with coin, our very own false shepherd Judases who shall be known by their mark. As for the staff, they are all retarded or pedophile groomers like Lee Zeke. They thought it would be a good idea to survey the community on what pornographic content they liked most, hire Mia Khalifa to run their advertisements, and even openly dox themselves like in the case of the Oscar almost dox. And then on top of that, there was the whole chef scandal and bullshit with Tazandra. The only good thing they ever did was the one amnesty day when all banned users were unbanned when guidelines changed.
Man, that Oscar guy's got that same dead-eyed stare as Zuckerberg, huh? They all look like lizard people. I mean, could you imagine your daughter bringing home someone like that? But yeah, what's the story with this chef guy?
Yeah, Joe, I'd hate if my daughter brought home an Argonian like that. I would probably sooner welcome Monday Mudcakes than see Oscar court my daughter. As for Chef, aka David Chef, some claim he birthed iFunny, but he merely was an investor who received a hugely privileged moderator account, which he then proceeded to abuse by data mining all of the users, then subsequently embezzling money from FunCorp back to himself after. He ended up getting deported and banished from the US for this trespass, but iFunny kept it a secret and instead silently replaced him with a new promoted moderator to admin called Tazandra.
Tell me about this Tazandra person.
It's fairly run-of-the-mill Joe, beyond the usual moderator behavior of grooming young users and taking a 17-summer lover in her 4th decade. Her greatest crime was daring to ban my divine memes when I blessed her DMs with my thoughts.
Man, this has been a lot to take in. I bet there's so much more we haven't even gotten into yet, like probably got old school users with even crazier stories still.
Indeed, Joe. The lore of iFunny runs deeper than the caverns of Red Mountain. Should any old heads wish to share their wisdom, let them inscribe their thoughts in the parchment below. Just keep it somewhat legal this time.